In the world of entertainment, success is a shining path, but also one full of shadows. And when that success reaches global proportions, as it did with BTS, the reactions aren't always applause. Amidst a legion of passionate fans, international awards, shattered records, and sold-out shows around the world, there's also a less glamorous side to this journey: resistance, prejudice, and criticism, sometimes subtle, sometimes not so much. Today, we want to invite you to look at this other side of fame, not the spotlight on stage, nor the behind-the-scenes effort and perseverance, but the voices that, for various reasons, decided to speak out against the boys from Seoul, whether out of spite, ignorance, cultural differences, or simply discomfort with the impact they've made. Because yes, BTS didn't just enter the music industry, they transformed it, and every transformation causes discomfort. Over the years, several international artists, some very famous, others not so much, have made statements, jokes, or comments that sounded like direct or indirect criticism of the group. Some tried to discredit their music, others mocked their appearance. And there are those who, faced with BTS's overwhelming success, chose silence. A silence just as loud as any attack. But why does this happen? Why does a group of 7 young South Koreans face so much resistance, especially from some figures in the Western world? Is it pure prejudice against Asian culture, insecurity about K-pop's global dominance, or simply an inability to accept that the music world has changed, and that this change has a name, a face, and a fan base that won't stay quiet? This video is not an attack, but a faithful portrait of how BTS's success triggered adverse reactions. We'll show names, moments, and statements that put the fandom on high alert and sparked intense debates across social media. And we'll reflect together on what these episodes reveal. Not just about BTS, but about the music industry, cultural racism, and the struggle to accept the new. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and get ready, because what we're about to uncover may surprise you. And if you're ARMY, you already know. Hold on to your emotions, because this ride through the controversies will leave you with that mix of indignation and pride. Because in the end, what doesn't break you makes you stronger. And BTS? They're stronger than ever. With BTS's meteoric success came global praise, passionate fans, and worldwide recognition, but also criticism, rivalries, and even a certain level of disdain from some international artists. And now we talk about these controversial figures. Let's start with Bad Hubby, an American rapper known more for her controversies than her music. She sparked outrage by saying there was no merit to BTS's success and claimed K-pop was just a trend that would pass. In live streams and interviews, she mocked fans and said she'd never listen to BTS because, in her words, it all sounds the same. The ARMY responded immediately. Hashtags were created, videos explaining the group's journey went viral, and thousands pointed out the prejudice in her words. Her criticism was seen as misinformed, and above all, disrespectful. Then there was Kid Rock. On Howard Stern's radio show, he made sarcastic remarks about BTS, saying he couldn't understand what they were singing and mocked their sound. Though he tried to play it off as a joke, the mocking tone didn't go unnoticed. Many saw it as a critique not just of BTS, but of K-pop as a whole, exposing a clear cultural resistance to Asia's rise in global music. Eminem, while never making any direct statement against BTS, was caught in rumors that one of his lyrics referenced K-pop negatively. Some fans interpreted it as a subtle jab, and the internet exploded. Though it was never confirmed, the mere speculation caused tension. Then came Boy George, the iconic 80s singer. During BTS's performance at the American Music Awards, he tweeted saying he didn't understand what was so special about them. In another post, he mocked the audience's excitement and joked that they must be smoking something. The irony didn't land well. The dismissive tone was obvious, and Boy George was soon criticized by a fandom that never sleeps. A particularly uncomfortable incident involved the Latin group CNCO. During a radio interview, the host suggested BTS was just an Asian version of CNCO. The band members clearly looked uneasy, but things got worse when they were asked to imitate BTS's style. The caricature that followed was seen as deeply disrespectful, and social media erupted, condemning the attempt to reduce BTS to a stereotype. Leo, a rapper connected to Starship Entertainment, made harsh comments about RM in 2017. He criticized RM's collaboration with American rapper Whale, saying he didn't like RM's style and compared him to low-tier rappers. The backlash was immediate. Though he apologized publicly, the damage was done. Even in the fashion world, prejudice surfaced. During Billboard Music Awards coverage, a host from the show, Faranduleros, said BTS members looked like women and that their style was for lost LGBT people. The comment enraged not only ARMYs but LGBTQ+ activists as well. It was seen as transphobic, homophobic, and xenophobic. In 2014, rapper B.O.B. released a track where he said he'd never get a tattoo like Monster. Since RM was associated with that song at the time, many saw it as a cruel jab. BTS never responded officially, but fans caught the message and weren't happy. Lastly, there's a curious case with Lil Nas X. Despite collaborating with BTS on the Old Town Road remix, the rapper showed little enthusiasm for the group. In interviews, he admitted he only started noticing BTS after the remix's success. And when the song hit #1 on the charts, he didn't even mention them in his thank yous. The silence was seen as disrespectful, a way of erasing BTS's contribution. Through it all, one thing is clear: BTS's success makes some people uncomfortable. It unsettles those unwilling to accept that music transcends language, culture, and borders. It disturbs those who still believe talent only comes from certain countries, and it especially threatens those afraid of losing ground to a group that conquered the world with discipline, humility, and authenticity. But what's most impressive is how BTS chose to respond. Instead of lashing out, the 7 members stayed focused on their art, delivering sincere songs, deep lyrics, and unforgettable performances. They let their achievements speak, and they spoke loudly. While some artists criticize, BTS breaks records. While people mock their appearance, they inspire youth around the world to embrace who they are. While others underestimate their music, they win awards and fill arenas across every continent. It's ironic that so many tried to minimize BTS's importance and ended up forgotten by time itself. And a huge part of BTS's strength comes from those who stand by them, the global army. This is more than a fan base. It's a cultural movement fueled by love, admiration, and unity. Every time BTS is attacked, army rises. Every time someone tries to erase their achievements, fans reignite the flame. Criticism may still come, haters will appear, harsh comments may still circulate. But the truth is, BTS isn't trying to please everyone. They're simply being true to themselves. And perhaps that's what bothers people the most, that they don't need to mold themselves to Western standards because they created their own, and they surpassed it. And the most beautiful part? BTS never played the victim. They know that success comes with thorns, but every obstacle became a stepping stone. They didn't answer hate with hate. They answered with art, courage, and real impact. So if you're a fan, stay strong. Keep sharing, defending, celebrating, because every time someone tries to dim BTS's light, they shine even brighter. And you're part of that. Comment below. What did you think of these stories? Which one surprised you the most? Have you seen other subtle criticisms or controversial statements out there? Tell us everything. And of course, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, we'll keep bringing you content that informs, challenges, and celebrates BTS and the impact of K-pop around the world. We'll see you in the next video. And remember, they didn't get here by luck. They got here because they deserve it. And there's still so much more to come. See you next time, Army.